The second round of Russia-Ukraine talks is planned for March 2. Just 1 week into the war, negotiations were high on the agenda for both sides, reflecting a strong willingness for a settlement despite the wide gap in positions. Yet in Washington and Europe, little encouragement is seen for negotiations. The US and its allies are quite incendiary by encouraging Ukraine to combat. One could say that fighting is the basis for negotiations, but advocacy for negotiations deserves to be high on the agenda. It's obvious that both the US and NATO are hardly emphasizing it that way. The US and NATO have repeatedly stated that they will not send troops to war while providing arms and aid to Ukraine as a fortress to sap the fighting power of Russia's army, leaving the Ukrainian people alone to suffer endlessly, which is immoral. President Putin is quite clear about the difficulty to completely conquer Ukraine, much less to confront the entire West. Now that the curtain has been raised on Western sanctions, I think there's room for dialogues between the West and Moscow, and there are conditions for negotiations between Russia and Ukraine. The sooner peace comes, the more lives will be saved.